even wait for the next day. He said, you shall receive 100-fold now in this time. Houses and brethren you receive in quantum. And sisters and mothers and children and lands. Read that again. Read that again. You don't want to read it? You're scared of reading it? He said what? With persecution. What kind of Jesus is this? It's not an persecution. It's not that you will receive these things and you will receive persecution. No, you will receive these things with persecution. And we don't even know which one will come first. With persecution, and in the world to come, eternal life. So long as you're in this world, it's fine when you say, do you know what I left to follow Jesus? When I said no to Jesus, do you know the sacrifices? Do you know some of the things? So actually, it's simple arithmetic. If you don't want persecution, don't want the houses back. Don't want the cars back. If you don't want persecution, don't want the children back. Because the reward is in persecution. It's in persecution. And persecution is contextual. What is persecution for Sister Kemi might not be persecution for Bro Jeff. You came today. You're welcome. What might be persecution for Sister Josephine might not be persecution for Brother Kenny. The most important thing is that there will definitely be persecution. So yours might be that thing you're thinking, what's the profit? Because when we said, these people complain and say, what's the profit? What's in for me? There was something on your mind. There's something on your mind. That something is your own persecution. That's where your houses and your cars and your children and your spouses will be wrapped in. Self-centered people don't last long in serving God. Self-centered people don't last long in serving God. You will never. If you come into Christianity thinking that God is with the other side of the material, and you will drag from this side and you will get your own cut, I read the story of an old man who had lived all his life in Africa, of course. Missionaries then. They left all their wealth, they left their degrees, they left everything as young couples, husband and wife. And they went somewhere to serve God, to groom people, to teach them the word, to win souls for Christ for many, many years. And when it was time to retire, they were old and they needed to go back to America. They were old and they were broke. They didn't have money. They didn't have anything. They had spent and be spent for God. And on the ship or the boats they were to take from Africa down home, those days there were no first class and all of that, all of these things. So all of them, the same boat, the president was in that boat. And guess where the president went? They were on that boat And they were coming from a missionary work. Over 50 years of missions in that boat. And the president was in that same boat going home, and he just left the country a few days back to Africa for game hunting. For game. Fun. So he was with some persons and they went to hunt in the wild forest of Africa. And while they were on the boat, when they arrived in America, there were a crowd of people. A lot of people celebrating. They lined up, they were celebrating and clapping and shouting and pouring things on the ground to the air and all of that, announcing that the president was back. They were welcoming this man who had gone for hunting for a few days in Africa. And everybody looked at them, and nobody could say welcome, because they were nobody. Because actually the society has been conditioned to celebrate celebrities, to celebrate popularity, to celebrate what they think is influence and affluence. Nobody. And the man was angry. The man said, "What is this? We've been out for over 50 years and we are back." And he even went to tell somebody, "See, we are missionaries. We have left this country for years, many years, and we are just returning." And the person looked at them and faced the other side. And ran to the president to tell the president, "Welcome for going hunting. Game hunting." And when they got to America, there was no place to stay. Somehow they were able to struggle here and there, and they got a small apartment that was infested with mosquitoes and all of that, flies, and they stayed. And while they lived, while they were staying, he was still angry and pacing around the house. And the wife said the wife tried all she could to pacify him and to make him feel, it's okay. We might not be celebrities, but... And he said, "No, this is... And the wife suggested, "Why don't you go talk to God? Go and vent your anger to God. Tell him everything, the way it is in your heart." And he went inside the bedroom, and he began to scream, and he began to shout. And he was angry at God. He was talking to God. Are you trying to say all this labor has been wasted? All these years of laboring and all of that, we came back with no money and not even a welcome. But someone who did not serve you, who did not do nothing, and just going for hunting is being celebrated. And he was angry. And after a while, there was no sound from the room any longer. He wasn't shouting. He wasn't talking. Everywhere was quiet. And the wife was wondering what could have happened. A few minutes later, he comes out smiling. Smiling. What happened? And he said, "I felt God walk up to me and touched me on the shoulder and said, 'Son, you haven't gotten home yet. Wait until you get home.'" You haven't gotten home yet. Why are you so interested in the applause they're giving to a man who has arrived home? When you haven't arrived home, there's more beyond the reef. There's more. You're still going yonder. You're still going yonder. When you get home, then you will see the standing ovation. Then you will see the cloud of witnesses. Then you will see the angels. Then you will see the elders. Then you will see soldiers. Then you would see the grand entrance and the grand welcome you would receive. But for now, why are you troubled about a man who has returned home? You haven't gotten home yet. Tell your neighbor, you haven't gotten home yet. So don't act like one. Don't act like someone who have returned home. Don't expect the same thing a man who has returned home would expect. Wait until you get home. Son, says the Lord. Son, daughter, says the Lord. When you get home, then you get all the accolades you want to get. When you get home, then you get all the welcome and the well done, thou faithful servant. When you get home. But for now, you're just a passerby. You're a stranger. Live like one. And don't expect to be treated as an indigent, lest you forget the way back home. Because if you're treated like an indigent, you get too comfortable in the strange land. And you forget the way back home. There are other points I would have just loved us to talk about. But you just write it down. I want to explain them, but just write it down quickly. Number what is this? Number 7 and number 8, nature and nurture. Nature and nurture. Nature and nurture. Jeremiah 17 from verse 9. Scripture says the heart of every man is so deceitful, right? The heart of every man is so deceitful. Psalms chapter 51. This was a prayer of a broken man. Nature and nurture. This was a prayer of a broken man. He said, the heart, have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness. Not according to me. No. According to thy loving kindness. According unto the multitude of thy tender mercies. Blot out my transgression. Wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. Go further. For I acknowledge my transgressions and my sin is ever before me. You know when we're saying the one I love is ever before me. He is seals upon my heart. I live for the one. Somebody says, my sin is ever before me. That's a state. Against thee, before me, all right, go back to where you, Psalms 51. Cleanse me from my sin, all right? 3 there. For I acknowledge my transgressions and my sin is ever before me, okay? Against thee only have I sinned and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest. So it's okay if you want to speak something against me. It's okay if you want to judge me. Be clear when thou judgest, okay? Behold. Now this is my best path. Kai, behold means look. I accept that I have sinned. I accept that I can't even stop sinning somehow. I accept that you are okay. If you want to judge me, it's fine. If you want to punish me, it's fine. But before you punish me, please listen to me. Let me say something. I have something to say. I was shapen in iniquity. And purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. If you purge me, I will be clean. And I will be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Just go back to verse 6. We could go further. Verse 5. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity. That's a realization. That's when you're being sincere with God. God, I am sorry. I did it. And I cannot sit down on my own accord and say, if I do it again, kill me because I will die. If God were to kill us for all the times we said if we did it again, He should kill us, we would have been dead. If you see me do it again, kill me. But you're still alive. Because He knows who is talking. He knows the person that is talking does not even have the ability. The person that is talking is the same person whose mother even fornicated while having him. The person that is talking is someone who was born out of wedlock. The person that is talking is someone who was born in an environment where people did not really understand what it meant to truly love the Lord and serve the Lord. The person that is talking is someone who has broken parts that needs to be mended. And it takes a full man to serve the Lord. He said, behold, I was shapen in iniquity. Do you know what it means to be shapen? To be formed. Do you know when you've put something in a container, it takes the form of that container. That means that he was placed in the container of sin. Now he has taken the form of sin. Not just that he sins, he's the form. He has the form of sin. No wonder Apostle Paul cried. The things I want to do, I see myself not doing them. There is war between my members. Oh, wretched man I am. Wretched man. No, I was shaping iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. I have never known what it is like to serve you. That is the normal nature of human. Your nature does not permit you to serve God. You're wondering, why do I struggle to serve God? Your nature does not permit you to serve God. Your natural nature, you don't need to be taught. It came with you. Nobody teaches a child to bite the mother. Nobody teaches a child to cry and shout. And when you pick him up, he keeps quiet. It was naturally engrafted in him the day he came out. And worse still, you were not just born like that, you were also trained like that. You know, when you were born, if you were born like that, that's your nature. Then let's say you were nurtured in a different way, there would have been hope. But you were both, you have both the nature of sin and you were nurtured in sin. The environment where you came from, sin was a norm. And somehow you feel you will just wake up one morning and walk out for an altar call and it will be easy. Nelson Mandela, when he walked out on that day of liberty, he walked down that platform and he said, there is no easy road to freedom. So they told you that receive Christ and you'll be free. And somehow you just walk out. And everything that was formed inside of you, biologically it has been proven that children get things from even the womb before they were born. That is why even as pregnant woman, they tell you be careful the things you eat, because your child is eating also. The things you say, your child is listening to you. The child listens. You can be talking to a child, a woman who is pregnant, you can be talking to a child, the child will show sign that I heard you. I heard you. The child moves. Children listen from the womb when he has not even known what it means to listen. So someone like you, your mother carried you in her belly and did some terrible things. So you learned how to do terrible things. Come on now, have you not heard of someone who paid tithe in the loins of his father? While she was drinking the alcohol, you were drinking with her. While she walks into that herbalist place, you walked into it with her. And guess what? 90% of those things will not be told to you. You will never hear them. Not in stories, not in history, because they are not captured anywhere. all you see yourself is manifesting them. You just see yourself manifesting them. And you said you're not going to struggle. You will struggle. But I have good news. Somebody say good news. Somebody say good news. Galatians chapter 5 verse 13 to 15. So take my heart and mold it. Take my mind, transform it. Take my will, conform it to yours, oh Lord. So take my heart and mold it. Take my mind, transform it, and take my will, oh, conform it to yours, oh Lord, to yours. We're about to pray. To yours, oh Lord, to yours, oh Lord. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not the liberty for an occasion of the flesh, but love by serving one another. That's one of the things I also wanted to point. You struggle to serve God because you do not learn that serving God is serving men. Galatians 5 verse 14, for all the laws fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, continue. But if you bite and devour one another, take heed, and ye may be consumed, not one another. Okay? I say then, work in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. The greatest solution to struggling Red words are no longer enough. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I am. Cry out to your Father. Say, Abba. 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 Strength to the weak. Because in our weakness, that's where we find. Elayano samay no shekai Ebranto sehida varu sheitei pokoko mainana suletai Anderia da caso Asumai mama no conconteri hebre habashke Rahinge de gesoro baba maniakai saya Onananaya of all that I really feel. Nayana shoteli de mama mama. I don't want to raise prayer points. Whatever your prayer point is, whatever struck your heart, you can tell it to the Lord. I'm tired of religion. I don't want to do prayer point as usual. Speak to your Jesus. It's a personal thing. Speak to Jesus.
It's a summary of all that I really feel.
Sweet Jesus. We are struggling, Sha. Someone here might be like the psalmist. You would want to tell God, God, remember how I was even born in the first place. You may want to tell God, God, remember the environment I came from in the first place. I was formed in sin. I was conceived in sin. Remember. And then when you're done, make sure you tell God, thank you for your grace. Thank you for your mercy that even called me in the first place. Thank you for your mercy that even called me in the first place. And
of all I really feel.
Like a river needs the stream, like a river needs the wind. Oh Lord, my soul thirsts for you, like a little suckling child, like a dry bone river now. I'm just a oh Lord, my soul thirsts for you. Oh Lord, you are my anchor, and Lord, you are my help. Lord, you are my shelter. Let me hide in you forever. My soul thirsts for you. Come on, let me hide. Let me hide in forever. Oh,
my soul thirsts for you.
Like a heavy load to bear, like a barren woman's prayer. Hear me, Lord, I know you're dear. Oh Lord, my soul thirsts for you. Oh Lord, you are my shelter, and Lord, you are my help. Lord, you are my anchor. Let me hide in you forever. My soul thirsts for you. Let me soak in you. Let me soak in you forever. My soul thirsts for you. Let me stay. Let me stay in you forever. My soul high
For you.
let me walk with you. Let me walk with you forever. My soul
thirsts for you.
because it's any your more. Oh, any your more. Oh, it's any your more. Oh, Adame, ash. It's any your more. Any your more. It's any your more. Aku lagi nak pamungku. Aku kina kumo. Aku lagi nak pamungku. Mangso. Ay. Bigit mami yo. Bigit mami yo. Bigit mami yo. Olúwa. Ay. Bigit mami yo. Ay. Ijeni yo ayumo. 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 Shakira baba, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, hey, baby, oh, aku lagi nak mamangku. Agogina kumbo, agogio, asora endebrogos katai. Lord, I'm desperate for you. I'm hungry for you. Lord, I'm desperate for you. Satisfy me, Holy Ghost. Lord, I'm desperate for you. I'm hungry for you. I'm desperate for you. Monso. Lord, I'm desperate for you. I'm hungry for you. Lord, I'm desperate for you. Satisfy me, Holy Ghost, as the deep pants for waters. So my soul yearns for you. I thirst for you. I long for you. Satisfy me, all the while me.
Tossa vela basca, vendanza venda baladossa vada, si va ae, Adame, ae, Adame. Zavaga na sevigara, saya levaleka, sana vedabaga, Adame, Ingenio, Lumo, Emio, Lumo, Ingenio, Lumo, Adame. Mumbo, Emeyo, Mumbo, Ijenyo, Mumbo, Ado Kanaba, Ae, Savela Tubahashka Savi, Vayale, Zadavade, Tabalaka, Sayale Valeka. Sana vedabaga, saya ledaveka, saya ledavoga, saya ledavoga, saya livaleka, aya ladavoda, saya lidivoga, saya lidabaga, saya lidabaga, Adame. Lord, I cry my heart to you. I pour my heart to you. You are merciful. You are merciful. Lord, you are a merciful God. I surrender my struggles. I surrender my struggles. I have counted the cost and I have discovered I cannot pay. I have counted the cost and I have discovered that I cannot pay it. Oh Lord, my strength and my shield, let me hide in you. Let me hide in you, not in my strength. Let me hide in you. I have counted the cost and I have discovered that I cannot pay the cost. I cannot pay for it. So I hand it over. Jesus. Adame. Pelada Sivale Kabatiska. Silent everywhere. That song you receive, I want you to just sing it. The summary of mine. Silence everywhere. Today is a day of surrender. Say, Lord, I have counted the cost and I've discovered I cannot pay. I have counted the cost and I have discovered that this Christian life, I cannot do it without you.
Here's the summary of all that I really feel. So I put it out like ooh, 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 ooh. Today I'm just like here's the summary of all that I really feel.
Now listen, these are times when you don't even know what to say. You don't know what to say. You have thought of your past, your present, and you don't even know about the future anymore. And sometimes you just sit down and all you could say is and that is more than thousands of lyrics of orchestras. Thousands of lyrics of orchestras, because it is an outburst of the waters deep within you. And your home is just a summary of all that you feel, because you can't put all that you feel in words.
So I put it out like right now I'm just there's the summary of all that I really feel.
You know, somebody may want to explain, but no, don't explain.
Yes.
The Lord understands the depth of your homes and the hours. When you sit quietly and all that you could express is all that you could express is and to heaven that is deeper than thousands of lyrics of orchestras.
That's the summary of all that I really feel.
Don't try to explain. Don't try to explain. Sometimes you just kneel before him in hours and you don't know what to say. You don't know what to say. Words will fail you. Because when you are finished explaining, you just feel deep in your heart that you just failed yourself, because those things you just explained cannot explain it.
That's right.
All you do at that point is, there is a God who is a listener of whispers.
The things said and the things unsaid.
The God who listens to the ums and the ahs that words cannot explain. The listener of whispers of even babies. It's a summary of all that I really feel. just pour. Haven't you seen, or you have not counted the cost enough to know that you cannot pay? Haven't you counted the cost enough to have discovered that you can't pay? Why the struggles when he has paid all on the cross? Somebody say, I have gone too far. Can the Lord forgive me? If he cannot forgive you, will not ask for you to ask for forgiveness. He's the interpreter of your and the Some of you could feel his warm embrace right now. You could feel Jesus holding you to himself. He said, don't struggle anymore. Don't struggle anymore. I died on the cross for your sake. I love you.
Summary of how it's been.
Stop looking for love here and there. Some of you have fallen into wrong relationships because you are looking for love. Jesus is saying, here I am. Jesus is saying, here I am. Here I am. I love you. I love you. If it was just because of you alone, if you are the only person on earth, I would die for you. If you are the only person on earth, I would die for you. I will die for you if you were the only person on earth.
Is the summary.
Can somebody just soak his love in? Soak his love in. Stop struggling. Soak his love in. Thank you, Jesus.
Here's the summary of all that I really feel.
Silence everywhere. Let me pray with you. Let me love you. Stop looking for love. Let me pour my love on you. Let me pour my love on you. Still, stop looking for the approval of friends. Let me pour my love on you. Enough of the running about. Jesus, here is a summary of all that I really feel. We are glad you are part of. Keep it low now. We are glad you are part of this. This is how we enjoy ourselves every Sunday. Every Sunday. Every Sunday. We are glad you are around. Your coming around is what shows us that we are really growing, and we really celebrate and honor you. The hospitality unit will see you briefly before you go. Can you please wait for hospitality unit? They will see you briefly before you go. They won't take much of your time. People get to know you. Some of you have been coming for like months now. Nobody knows you. It's because you are not in any tribe and you're not in any unit. That's how we get to know you. Join one tribe, and please let me see our tribe leaders. Yeah, see our sister Buki over there. They can tell you how to be a tribe in Sophia Foundation. Let's raise our offering to the Lord. Let's raise our offerings to the Lord.